Okay, so today's rant, today's December 28th, 2024, December 30th, my bad, 2024. It's a Monday, and happens to be a beautiful day here in New York City, on the border of New York City and Long Island over here. I just, first of all, I'd like to say, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Arya Freed, and subscribe to my Rumble channel, or follow my Rumble at RAF, ARYHF, and the number 26. Today's rant is about, because thank you for the first person to comment on my videos. His name is Who Pays the Tariffs? Now, it's an interesting question you asked, because you asked that's your channel name, and you asked me the question, who pays the tariffs, and who's paying the Trump's 30% tariffs, because it's on China, I believe, and he definitely warned Canada and Mexico about the tariffs if they don't take care of the traffic at the border. Now, you say, I saw your profile, and I would imagine you're not a big fan of Donald Trump, and you don't have to be. That is your prerogative, and I am not against that. You have a title to your opinion, especially here in America. But here's my 2 cents on that. When you write that people are stupid about the tariffs, because we're paying the tariffs, and you say we're paying the tariffs, the answer to that question depends on how you look at it, because we are, in a sense, paying for the tariffs, but we're not. Because if you, first of all, this rants are called expert on nothing. I just want to say I'm not the end-all be-all, the answers. So do your own research on everything. I just want to say a story that a lot of people can attest to when I was in Israel with a couple of my friends back in the day. And I just want to say that all I saw was white cars, literally, and the only fancy cars I really saw was BMWs, and the rest of them were garbage cars that were like gray and other colors. They were just trash. And when I came back to America, any car that looked okay relative to American standards was a bright light to me. The light was shining on the car. It looked like the fanciest car ever. I'm talking about minivans, bro. I'm talking about Toyota Camry minivans. I thought that was the best car ever. It lasts about 3 days, and then you get used to America, and you go, okay, now I want a Ferrari like everybody else. Just letting you know. Then I went to Israel this past year, during the chaos, actually, and I see Teslas and Dodge Rams and Chevys. I see American-made cars all over the goddamn place in Israel. So what happened? Now, here's what happened here. I did the research on that. What happened was that Trump told all these countries, you want our help, you got to pay us something. You got to give us something. You got to take off tariffs. You got to buy more of our products and other things other than weapons. And by the way, with weapons, we don't really give. We just give. We don't even, like the Ukraine war, we really give. We don't even freaking sell them, besides for Israel. And then we delay the Israeli shipments for some strange reason. Who actually bought these weapons? They bought weapons, we delay. Yes, they funded Israel a lot, no doubt about it. But it's like they buy it from American companies. This is what happens. They buy it from American. The American government buys from American companies and just throw it to these countries during their war. And the only thing, and everything else with America is give us something back. Now, the problem with what you're talking about with China is China sells it to you for smaller. Everything says made in China. There's nothing that can compete with virtually slavery. Now, I know you guys love slavery or love the victimized slavery about hundreds of years ago, which is not a joke. It's a sad reality. But at the same time, when it comes to China, you don't care, and you say, oh, made in China, you're racist about it all the time. I know how you guys are. So I just want to say that and point that out. Now, tariffs, I will say this, every country uses tariffs on us. And who does it affect? The American businesses cannot sell their products or their items, whatever it may be. They don't sell in those countries because it's too expensive in those countries to buy an American product. Okay, Merkel, who was the Chancellor of Germany for many, many years, wouldn't buy. There were no Chevys on the road. There were only BMWs because obviously, but they were tariffs in America. Same thing with Japan. There are Toyotas everywhere here. There's Mercedes-Benz everywhere in America. But gosh darn it, there's no Chevys in Germany. Why the hell? And then, by the way, if you look at the Japan and Germany, do you know what the deal was with Japan and Germany from World War II ended? Let's call it 1950 because it was about 1945, 1946, the exact years. But let's call it 1950. And let's say we're in the year we're about to be in the year 2025. So 50, that's 75 years where the German can tariff us and we can't tariff Germany, but it's 75 years later. That should have lasted 30 years because America said that because of the war, your country's destroyed and we have to pay the tariffs, right? So if we have to build up your country. Now we're going to play at a deficit to build your country up. Same thing with Japan. And 75 years later, guys, that should have lasted 30 years maximum. And now you're screwing up American companies because for tariffs that happened many years ago, but you keep saying because America has unlimited money and they just print money and look at our inflation of groceries. I don't know your financial situation. I don't. Who pays the tariff on YouTube? I don't know your situation. But if you're very, very rich, you don't give a darn. And why should you? But if you're middle class and you're fighting for the middle class and you're fighting to pay your bills, you should care about that because that deserves more jobs and more things will circulate around here. Money will circulate. Now the question is, when you put tariffs on the countries, it will raise the prices here. Well, if you put tariffs on the countries, with the United States having the best resources in the world, whether it's the Alaska, whether it's oil in Texas or the Keystone Pipeline, wherever it may be, whether we have 3 freaking oceans everywhere, and by the way, we still have Alaska, we have the Virgin Islands, we have Puerto Rico, we have all these places at our disposal all over the world. Why can't we use it for ourselves first and take care of our own problems first? And then you say, well, because we have the most resources in the world, this is what I'm saying. If we have more money to go around between the Americans, then you know what, sir? I will say this, you'll have more opportunity. Now, if everybody has lots and lots of money and a slice of bread goes up by $1, we are living better lives. But if the slice of bread goes up and the jobs are still the same and the wages are still the same, then we got a problem. Yes, so the tariffs depend on, all these countries want a piece of the pie with America, and America has been doped, has been bamboozled in negotiations for years by Europe, whether it's the EU or any of those countries, or even Canada. Canada has destroyed us in trade, and you just sit here and say, oh my gosh, you're doing to Canada, they're our friends, they don't do anything. That's because you think they don't do anything. They negotiate with you the same way. And I'm just letting you know that. And then you talk about, at the same time, you talk about Latin America and Mexico, what a flip. I say this about other countries. If whatever's going on in their country doesn't affect you, it's none of our business until it affects us. Now, traffic goes through all these countries because all these Central American countries have all these trafficking going on, by the way, but you don't care. We never talk about it. We keep saying that they don't. We keep saying, no, these people are just trying to get better lives. Yeah, a lot of them are, but, there's a lot of trafficking going on there. And Mexico just lets it go and just says, America, you take care of the problem. Well, why should we take care of the problem? I think Donald Trump has a point when he says to Mexico, what's up? Okay? Donald Trump, let me ask you, is trying, whether you like him or not, in this sense, he's trying to, I think he's a little egotistical. That's why he wants it. It's trying to say America's going to be number one in everything because I'm number one. Fine, but he's right. America, he's the president of America. He's got to do what's best for America. That's what he was voted in for, and that's what Joe Biden was voted in for. That's what Barack Obama was voted in for, the Bushes. But everything's about war, and everything's about, oh, China, You know what? Let me say this about China. China's bamboozled the world. They've bamboozled the world with slavery, but we don't care. You guys you care about people's feelings. You guys care about people. You don't care. You say China, when you say something about China, it's racist. It's not racist. It's fact. They have slavery in concentration camps. You don't ever want to talk about it. But that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And China keeps stealing our ideas and just putting it in their countries. But we have the best companies in the world. We have the most innovative countries, platforms. We have the most innovation companies out there. Countries have leverage, use it. And the thing is about it is Donald Trump should use it. Should say, when you affect our country in a bad way, and we have a deficit in trade, and we have all the innovations in the freaking world, why the flip should it be a deficit between trading with you? So tariffs, you want to say we will pay it? Yeah, we probably will. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever you want to call it. But if more jobs in these companies don't, like Apple, if Apple, let's say, starts moving jobs to here, and Facebook starts moving Indian and Pakistani jobs here, we will have more money to go around. But that's the thing. So what do you want? Now if you're a business owner, you want cheap labor as hell. You want slavery. Let's be real here. Let's be real. You say, I don't do the slavery. Yeah, you don't. China does it for you. Let's be real here, okay? And also, Apple has a lot of bank money in other countries because of the stupid tax rules here. Dude, we're getting messed over here, bro. So I'm gonna say this. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your first comment on the rants. And everybody should comment and say if they like it or not, and say hello. I'm just letting you know, yes, do we pay the tariffs? Yeah, however you look at it, that's how you look at it. Fine. But guess what? You want jobs for the people? You want less crime in the streets because people are busy doing work? What do you want? I don't know what you want. And you say Americans are stupid. Well, you know what? How come everybody wants to be here? If Americans are so stupid, then why the flip does everybody want to be here and everybody want to be American? Let's be real. And everybody likes our music. How stupid are we that we innovate everything? I mean, not every little thing, but besides for per capita, the country that everybody hates the most. See, everybody hates the countries that innovate the most, like you, who, because America voted for Donald Trump, but twice or whatever. I'm not going to say the next thing I'm about to say, but all I'm going to say is this: is everybody loves. Outside of America, they want to emulate us, except for the freaking Middle East, and they want to take over these countries in the Middle East. They want to take over this country and destroy it, because that's what's going on in the European countries. So when you say tariffs, yeah, it's about time we do it to Germany and Japan, unless they want to do zero to us. And I know what happened in Israel. They started taking off the tariffs. So getting back to the Israeli thing, the Israeli story, I come back this year, the cars look just as nice there as they do in America right now. Why? Because Donald Trump made a law. It's like enough with 110% taxes on cars for our brand cars if you want our help. And guess what? Everybody liked it in Israel, and they started buying Teslas. Teslas are everywhere there. Everybody loves Teslas in Israel. Everybody loves Dodge Rams. I thought I was in Texas sometimes with the Dodge Rams there. It wasn't a joke. And people say I'm lying. I was there. And I did not see Dodge Rams there when I was there many, many years ago. Why? What happened? That's exactly what happened. Donald's like, okay, you want our help? Good, we will help you, but you need to help us too. This is a partnership. This is not a charity organization. And guess what? Tariffs are business. It's tactics. It's the way it is. So you like it or don't, then you don't have to like it. This is just the way it is. Now, yeah, again, if other countries fight for it, and no country wins, we get screwed, they get screwed. But instead you just want to say like, oh, he's destroying us. No. And by the way, what he just did to Canada, if you started to realize that now Canadian people hate him, so it's a majority of them that are doing it. That's the bulk of the of the weight that destroyed the deputy prime minister, who she resigned, who Trump hated. And then it looks like in Canada, I don't know, maybe not, but it looks like in Canada we're going to have elections soon. And Trump expedited that process. Let's be real here, okay? I'm not going to say he did the bulk of the weight. He did not. That's the Canadian people. They hate him so much over there. But because of that, and he's trying to say there are drugs coming in here, yeah, you have a problem. You got to control the drugs. Yes. And that's the way it is. That's my answer. Thank you for your support. Who pays the tariff? I hope we could agree to disagree, but this is just my opinion. And again, I'm expert on nothing. Follow me on Rumble at REF26, REF space number 26, and subscribe to me on YouTube. Thank you.